is coming. So there's been a couple Avengers Doomsday trailers. The first ones were with the last Avatar movie. There was like 4 of them. And then we got the new Avengers Doomsday trailer, which finally reveals Tony Von Doom, Robert Downy Jr. as Doctor Doom. We also got some awesome looking poster, and it has Doctor Doom looking at some sort of tapestry or mural. I don't remember if I ever reacted to the first 4 Doomsday trailers, but just in case, I'll go over all of them, and then we'll get to the main Doomsday trailer that dropped today. This is the Steve Rogers Will Return trailer from last December. I remember in my Thunderbolts review that I said something along the lines of, oh, since they killed off Chris Evans' version of the Human Torch in Deadpool and Wolverine, that means he's not going to be back in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. That was a review I did back in July last year. And then a couple months later, they dropped this Doomsday trailer before the last Avatar movie. So I'll turn it down just a bit in case it's too loud. But here, I guess this is supposed to pick up after Avengers Endgame, where Cap went back in time or something. And it makes a lot of people wonder, like, if Old Man Cap appears at the end of Endgame, doesn't that mean he's already been through the events of Doomsday? How come he's not warning the Avengers of what's happening or something? Yeah, so we just see, Chris Evans walking up, laying down, hanging up the old Captain America suit or whatever. Like, and he's looking at a new baby. And it feels like, I don't know, it feels more like this is a soap opera or something. Like, until you see it's Chris Evans, you don't know this is supposed to be something Avengers related. And there are some wacky fan theories about why they're focusing on him having a baby. Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. Like, you wouldn't even know this is an Avengers movie without seeing the Captain America suit and the Avengers A here. Yeah, I don't know if this is spoilers or not, but there's like this crazy fan theory. Since the ending of Fantastic Four First Steps, Doctor Doom was shown presumably kidnapping Franklin Richards, Reed and Sue's son, who has like godlike powers. Maybe Doctor Doom is going to go around kidnapping superpowered children for evil reasons. I don't know. That's why people thought that maybe why they were focusing on Captain America having a son or something. There's an even crazier fan theory about why Steve Rogers is coming back that I might get into when we watch the new trailer that just dropped. But now let's look at trailer number 2. This is the one with Thor. I guess to boost the sales of Avatar, Fire and Ash, or whatever the last Avatar movie was, they would put, like, I guess one of these 4 random trailers, and you'd have to see the movie multiple times if you want to see each trailer, or you just wait until they're posted on Marvel's YouTube. Some people would, like, make AI recreations of these trailers before they were posted to YouTube just to show people what they're like, but then they would, like, do some crazy stuff. I remember one AI trailer added Doctor Doom walking up to Captain America's house or something, just to mislead people, and I think the Thor trailer also had an AI version where someone just randomly added Tony Von Doom approaching Thor or something. So here's the Thor trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Here in the woods, we hear Thor praying. Just make sure it's not too loud. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Chris Evans was doing another movie because I thought he had gotten some sort of degenerative nerve disease. So I hope he's doing okay. And for those of you who don't remember, Thor adopted a child named Love in the last Thor movie, Love and Thunder. She was like the daughter of the villain Gore the God Butcher, and then she died and then was resurrected by Eternity. And here we see Thor, I think, praying to Stormbreaker, or praying to his deceased father or something. Yeah. I remember there was like people that didn't like Thor Love and Thunder, thinking it was too silly, liking that for Thor's return they're going back to a serious tone, which is funny because people complained about the first 2 Thor movies being too serious, and then Taika Waititi made things a lot sillier in Thor Ragnarok. But then they felt that Thor Love and Thunder made things too silly when it's supposed to be about Gore the God Butcher or whatever, and it's too serious. It's not serious enough. Now we're going back to serious. It's just, kind of like flip-flopping back and forth on how they're going to depict Thor. You can see why people thought that maybe there's something to the theory that Dr. Doom wants to kidnap children or something. We showed Steve Rogers' newborn son. We showed Thor with his daughter Love. And since she was like resurrected by eternity, she's got like superpowers or something. And so they thought, like, what if Dr. Doom is like trying to kidnap all these superpowered children? Franklin Richards. I don't know why he'd want Steve Rogers' kid. Like, I guess Steve Rogers' son would maybe have some super strength, but nothing like reality altering powers like Franklin Richards and Love. These kidnapped children will be the building blocks for my new battle world. I don't know what Doom's plan is. And then the next trailer was the X-Men trailer. They're finally going to bring in the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, barring those cameos from an alternate universe, Dr. Xavier, who got killed in Doctor Strange 2, and Beast appearing at the end of the Marvels. I remember seeing jokes that like, the Marvel movie that bombed, that nobody liked, all of a sudden now it's the most important movie because of the ending, where they show Monica Rambeau, I think her character's name was, like she gets sent into the X-Men universe or something. This is the X-Men trailer. Yeah, since Disney bought Fox, now they got access to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. So it's like, okay, let's finally throw them into an Avengers movie or something. Like, already I'm kind of worried that they might be throwing way too much. Like, they're throwing in, they have to have the Thunderbolts / New Avengers. They have to have, a returning Steve Rogers. They have Thor, the Wakandans, the Fantastic Four. Now they're bringing in the X-Men. It's like, and they have to have, Robert Downy Jr. returning as Dr. Doom. And they're probably going to have to explain, like, why does he look like Tony Stark? And, it's just, there's so much they have to put into this movie. Like, I'm kind of afraid that it's going to be overstuffed. And then it says, the X-Men will return in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah. And I think the actor that's playing Cyclops also played Donut Lord in the Sonic movies, so there were a lot of jokes about that. I think I saw reactions saying their favorite one was the X-Men one, just because, I don't know, some people are excited to see the X-Men come back, even though the last couple X-Men movies, like X-Men Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, weren't very good. I think the last good X-Men movies were Logan and Days of Future Past. I'm just hoping that somehow they make it work, because I am a little concerned that this movie might be way too overstuffed with characters, and if you didn't watch all the other movies, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, First Steps, Doctor Strange 2, then you're going to be completely confused as to what's going on. Oh, and also don't forget that Ant-Man Quantumania movie like set up Kang the Conqueror as the next Thanos level threat, but then they had to get rid of Kang because of Johnathan Majors' legal issues. This is the 4th trailer that came out with Avatar. This is the one that reveals the Fantastic Four and the Wakandans. Yeah, so it looks like we're, I don't know, in the Sahara Desert or something. And then we have Shuri as Black Panther. And for those of you who don't remember, Chadwick Boseman sadly passed away in 2020, and so they had to have Shuri replace him as the new Black Panther. Yeah, they show Namor. Or Namor, however you're supposed to pronounce it. Eres un chico sin amor. If I remember, that's how they explained his origin, the origin of his name. And then here we see, yeah, there's Ben Grimm, the Thing. The Wakandans and the Fantastic Four will return to Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, so why the Fantastic Four and the Wakandans are teaming up? Not really sure. Oh, and you'll notice that every single trailer for Avengers Doomsday ends with a countdown of some sort. I think there's like theories about that, and you can even like go to the Marvel YouTube channel and see like a live counter that's been counting down for a year to when Avengers Doomsday comes out. Let me see what comments are saying. They're milking these actors to death, and it feels unfair. Feels as though they're boxing these actors into the same roles again over and over and over. Yeah, I mean they even made fun of that in Deadpool and Wolverine, where they say, "Oh, Hugh Jackman, you're gonna do this until you're 90." Sadly, that might be true. I mean, that's almost true with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, since they're reprising Magneto and Professor X, like, I don't know how many times they've done it. I mean, Patrick Stewart had like a 10-minute cameo in Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, just being there and then he gets killed, but now they're bringing him back as a different variant or something. They're drunk with power more than usual. The Avengers movie is like made $1 billion. Yeah, they are going to be kind of drunk with power. That is kind of the criticism with bringing Robert Downy Jr. as Doctor Doom, that, you know, instead of getting like a Romani actor or something to play Doom, they're just playing it safe and bringing back the actor everybody loves to try and just sweep Johnathan Majors in his Kang role, you know, under the rug or something. Okay, so now let's get to the newest Avengers Doomsday trailer, the one that dropped today. So you see they're showing the Professor Xavier school thing. I think they showed that in the X-Men Doomsday trailer, but now here's like the proper trailer that reveals Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I mean, this.
Something's coming.
Okay.
Something we may not be able to.
Okay, I'm gonna just pause this, sorry, but I remember like seeing a few leaked descriptions of the trailer, and one of them was like Professor X will be looking out a window and he sees like another universe about to collide with his own, and so it turns out that leak was accurate, and I even saw like a headline earlier saying that the new Avengers Doomsday trailer that just came out, this one, confirms all the leaks. I don't know what the leaks are except for that one description saying that we're gonna see multiverses crashing together or something, kind of like the end of the Flash movie where you see a bunch of multiverses crashing together. Marvel and DC are kind of copying each other. So let's just continue.
Before this day is done,
Oh yeah,
we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
yeah. Tony Von Doom has an accent. We see Avengers Tower.
In my time.
Oh yeah. And for those of you who didn't see the Thunderbolts, that movie ended with them seeing a rocket. It's the Fantastic Four rocket, and I guess this confirms that, you know, a lot of people debated who's on the rocket. Is it the Fantastic Four? Is it Doctor Doom pretending he needs help or something? But now this confirms, yeah, it's the Fantastic Four that's on the rocket. I didn't notice this until after the stream. Thor is also on the Fantastic Four rocket for some reason. While he's in the shadows, you can make him out carrying Stormbreaker. Does this mean that Thor also goes multiverse hopping too? It's got me thinking. Later in the trailer, we see a scene of Thor fighting Doom. What if the Thor versus Doom scene actually takes place early in the movie and the rocket scene is later in the film? If the fan theory that Doom is kidnapping superpowered children is true, maybe Doom kidnaps Love and is why Thor looks so angry in their fight, and he teams up with the Fantastic Four to try and save Franklin and Love. Of course, I could be totally wrong. MCU trailers sometimes edit things to avoid spoilers, like how the Infinity War trailers showed Thanos with only 2 Infinity Stones to help hide where in the movie each scene takes place, and some of these fan theories and so-called leaks could just be slop made up by scoopers to get clicks. And somehow they go from Avengers Tower meeting the Thunderbolts and I guess the other Avengers led by Sam Wilson. Actually, wait, is that Sam Wilson and Bucky? Oh, and you can see Scott Lang, Ant-Man, because I thought the end of Thunderbolts showed that Sam Wilson's Avengers were going to be conflicting with the Thunderbolts just because, I don't know, they like didn't agree with each other or something over branding. And you have to wonder, like, what are they going to do with Scott Lang since he was in Quantumania where they were setting up Kang as the next Thanos level threat until they threw Kang in the multiverse machine or something, and then it's like, oh wait, there's a whole council of Kangs, there's 1,000,000 of them. And then Loki season 2 says, oh, actually, we just pruned all the Kangs. Never mind. What are they going to do? Like, they had Scott Lang worrying about Kang returning at the end of Quantumania, and now he's going to just be like, oh, yeah, we took care of the Kang problem, but now it's Doctor Doom that's coming out. Are they going to, like, have a scene where Doctor Doom kills all the remaining Kangs or something? Or are they going to be like, oh, he who remains, you know, the last Kang variant thought he was controlling the multiverse, but actually Doctor Doom was manipulating him the whole time. Like, I don't know. Let's just continue.
Then all of us put together.
Yeah.
They died.
Yeah, and then we have Namor again.
Died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less
Oh,
than this one.
and here we see Tony Von Doom, Cyclops. Oh, Shang-Chi versus Gambit.
Everything that they sacrificed will be.
Oh, yeah, we have Loki here. I forgot Tom Hiddleston's name. Like, there was one Avengers trailer I wasn't going over, the Doomsday one where it's all the chairs. I'm not bothering with the chairs trailer just because it's just a bunch of names showing people, like, who's in the movie. There's a crazy fan theory involving Loki, but I'm not going to mention it yet. Just know that you saw he's got the TVA card right there. And in case you didn't see the Loki series, in the middle of Avengers Endgame, a Loki variant escapes. And then the Loki TV series shows that Loki variant gets arrested by the TVA, the Time Variant's authority, being like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this in the timeline. And then Loki discovers He Who Remains, a Kang variant, and he's like, Wahaha! I was manipulating all the timelines, and I want you to kill me because I got bored of my job. And then Loki's female companion variant, what's it, Sylphie or whatever her name is, she kills He Who Remains, and that causes the multiverse to go wacky until Loki like basically makes himself the new god of the multiverse or something. There's people questioning when exactly does Loki appear here. Like, does this take place during the Loki series or after the Loki series when he becomes the god of the multiverse or something? I should probably just play the trailer. I'll explain it when it's done.
If we do not stand together.
Yeah. M'Baku and Thing. There's Yelena meeting Mystique, I think her name is. The shapeshifter mutant.
Nothing except this. If you return,
Yeah.
we will return as brothers and sisters.
Yeah. You get the.
Mark my words.
And here we go. Yeah, the fingers of doom can block Stormbreaker.
We're going to need a miracle.
And then there's Mjolnir.
It's impossible.
Oh yeah, and then there's the reveal of Steve Rogers, like meeting Thor again. Avengers Doomsday! I don't know what Infinity Vision is. And then they're gonna do the clock again. Tick tock, tick tock. It's kind of surprising they don't have Miss Minutes pop up, saying, December 18th is Doomsday, or something like that. I wanted to note this, because there's a bunch of leaks going around about Doomsday. Like, this was from, 420. Like, 3 months ago, someone did the Avengers Doomsday trailer we just watched. Like, I guess they got a leaked description or something, or they saw it. I don't know. They had an uncle that worked at Marvel. They recreated the trailer with Legos. Yeah, it's just bizarre. But you'll see some differences, because I don't remember the logo turning green like that.
Sacrifices mean nothing if we don't stick together.
I'm Ben. Yancey Street.
We didn't have Doctor Strange, so I don't know if maybe he'll secretly come up in the movie or something. Yeah, and we did have Mystique turning into Yelena, and they recreate they recreate Steve taking Mjolnir and Doom blocking Stormbreaker with his fingers. I guess they saw an early version of the trailer, and they recreated it with Legos. If you remember, Thanos failed to block Stormbreaker with the Infinity Gauntlet with all 6 stones. Doom is put up his fingers and be like, nope. The only other character that blocked one of Thor's weapons like that was his sister Hela catching Mjolnir in her hand, and she just breaks it. Could Doctor Doom just break Stormbreaker or something if he wanted, if he's able to just block it with his fingers like that? And also, I wanted to show this on Instagram. Robert Downy Jr. and I guess Marvel also posted this, this teaser poster, and it has Doctor Doom. If you look very carefully, he's holding his mask there in his hand. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, this tapestry, if it's supposed to represent the history of Latveria, or if it's supposed to be Doom with his mother. In case you don't know, the backstory for Doctor Doom in the comics, if I recall correctly, there's probably tons of Comics Explained videos telling it better than I could. His mother became a sorceress, and then she sold her soul to Mephisto, the Marvel version of the devil. Doom wanted to get his mother back from hell, so that's why he became a scientist, and he met Reed Richards in university, and he built some sort of machine that would send him to the afterlife, but then the machine exploded and it damaged his face, and that's why he wears the mask. Depending on the writer, either it's just a little scar on his cheek, and he's just so narcissistic he doesn't want even a tiny perfection to be seen, or if it's something you'd see in a horror movie type of mutilation. And this gets into the crazy theories. I saw one theory say that they're going to change Doom's backstory so that it's a multiverse incursion or something that kills his family, and he blames Steve Rogers because Steve went into another timeline to live with Peggy Carter at the end of Endgame. Messing with the multiverse is apparently what's causing all the universes to collapse or whatever in Doom's Doomsday, Dr. Doom is like angry at Steve Rogers instead of like considering Reed Richards his worst enemy or something. So I don't know if it's a fan theory or a leak or something.
I remember a while ago, this one Marvel channel I follow, called A Bit of Everything.
I guess they came across another leak or a fan theory or something that claimed that the reason we see Loki very briefly in the trailer is because like he's transporting Steve Rogers to the Fantastic Four universe to like try and stop him from like causing more damage in the multiverse or something. When the Fantastic Four get into their rocket, Steve Rogers is with them, and that's gonna be their explanation for like why is it that Steve Rogers is somehow able to get back to the main Marvel universe. It's so contrived and stupid that I'm afraid it might actually be true, because I don't think a leaker would make up a leak that stupid. I don't know. This is an awesome poster though.
The second poster that was just released is also pretty awesome.
I decided just for fun to like look up what was happening with Johnathan Majors, the guy that was playing Kang the Conqueror. A couple months ago, he got a job with the Daily Wire run by Ben Shapiro after he got fired as Kang and was filming some sort of movie with them. And there was an on-set accident where he fell out of a window. And I'm sure that there were probably jokes saying, oh, there was a Kang variant infiltrating the Daily Wire and the TVA was taking him out or something. Oh, that's just talking about what the title of the movie is. Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels, trailer, Johnathan Majors returns teams with the Daily Wire to fight ISIS at a U.S. campus. This is what Johnathan Majors is doing after Marvel dropped him. Appearing in some sort of bizarre Daily Wire movie where he fell out of a window by accident.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss Majors as Kang. Sad to see how Majors has fallen off after playing Kang, both figuratively and literally. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh wait, now I have to react to the Comic-Con San Diego news about Ghost Rider and Black Panther 3!